All right, I want to take you live now to the Western Cape. The Police Minister Bheki Cele is currently addressing the festive season ministerial inspection tour in the Western Cape. Let's take you there now live.
Yeah, it's just an indication that we are here. And criminals, they can just give a space. It's hot here. If I imagine that in Pretoria this morning, we had to put a gadget that makes life easy, warmer, and you come here, you need a gadget that makes things cooler. It's such a different issues. Pretoria is pretty cold. I don't know what it means in terms of crime, but it means whether it's cold, whether it's warm, whether it's hot, we'll be there to make sure that people are safe and people are protected. Advocate Fritz, I'm really glad to be in a greener Cape Town when it comes to the crime issues. We have just looked at a last crime stats, and we find that Cape Town is greener more than any other province, especially on its peers, who should be Gauteng, KZN, and Eastern Cape. You are really becoming greener. I think maybe it's improvement, Advocate Fritz, of working together. Because we have no option on this one but to work together, to put our resources together, and to put all form of pride and differences aside and protect South Africans that are here, and protect Cape Townians, and make all our visitors safe. Continue to work together in terms of supporting the Western Cape when it comes to resources. As you would know, that for a very long time we have extra police here that come from other provinces. This time there are 181 of them that are still under Ubab Mashamba, who are working with you here in Western Cape. But also one thing that we are doing, Advocate, is that there is a skewed way of distribution of resources here in Western Cape. You have a place where the affluent areas are having more of resources, especially human resources. We are then so that the places that have more crime receive more resources. I hope that is not going to make noise, but it's an understanding that is internal and intra-redistribution to make sure that more of us, we are safe as we are here. Hence, we'll be going to Makaza to hand over those resources that we have, find it necessary to shift them from within. Another thing that we'll have to continue to do, Advocate Fritz, is that national, provincial and local government will have to work together and results will be better. Hence, I'm very glad that even at the local level, working together with the South African police and your enforcement agencies, we are beginning to arrest the criminals that are operating within the municipality. This fraud issue seems to be across the board. There is nobody that can say that where I come from, where I live, all people are saints. It doesn't matter where. Here, I know that you have arrested some workers of the municipality with those that they work with who have fraud quite several millions of government money that is supposed to be helping people for to supply the better life, to give services to ordinary people. But there are those that they believe that it's their right to steal those resources. That have been arrested, they'll be appearing in court. That is a good way of working together. The integrated approach that I see here of police, different units of South African police, the metro, the enforcement, working together on the ground, that's what will help us to make sure that all criminals are cut off and criminals are squeezed off. To the police, members of the South African police, your main job was read here on the code, but one other thing that you'll forever have and keep is integrity of your work. You need to protect South Africans, you need to protect all citizens, but that protection will have to be double offered when it comes to women, children, elders, people that are vulnerable, and those living with disability. So it's a call that whatever you do, when you realize that, drop whatever you do and make sure that that woman is protected, that child is protected. I know that there are still problems here of gangsterism. I know that there is a still problem of those people that move around and kill people here. But you take charge, as Mfundisi has said, you take charge of the safety of citizens, especially women. When these women, I will say this thing wherever I go, I don't care how many times. When a woman comes to the police station to open the case, you drop everything and you open that case, and you don't ever tell a woman to go home to negotiate with the abuser. Put all support to the victims. Don't support perpetrators. Don't tell them to go back home to negotiate. There is nothing to be negotiated between the victims and the perpetrator, especially those men that abuse women. So it's important. Make sure that you don't have a secondary abuse of that particular woman. So make women safe, work hard to put a very thick and strong wall between the abuse of women and the abusers, and make sure that women are given the space, are given the protection that they are supposed to be having. But generally, we'll have to go and saturate all places, saturate all roads, saturate all streets, saturate all residents, saturate it to such an extent that there is no way that criminals will be moving around us. Squeeze them out. Make sure that all criminals are squeezed out and people are living a better life and enjoying the festive season. Make sure that when you are called, you respond quickly. Make sure that when you are called, there is a depression SOS call. You don't take your time, you respond so that life is saved, so that people, they realize that there are members of the South African police that are working with them and put that integrity of this organization always in front of you and on top of your job, so that South Africans can feel that we are working together with them. It's a Christmas time. I want to say to South Africans, please respect the police. The members of the South African police, big majority of them are good people looking after your life. Few of us, like all other sector of communities, will have our bad apples. But the big majority of the members here are good people, so work and support them. Even abefundisi bayaboshwa man. They do things that are wrong and all that. We wish all of us would be within the law and stay within the law. As you stay within the law, you protect the human rights, you protect the individuals, but remember too, you are a human and you need to protect your basic human right, which is life itself. Therefore, look at the law. It's very clear. Criminal Procedure Act 49 says if the life of a citizen, you protect them. But if your own life is under threat, the law says you must use it yourselves. So those criminals that prepare to come and cause havoc, those criminals who prepare to eliminate you along the way, please remember, we give you tools. And those tools that you are carrying, those are tools of trade. Those are tools that make communities safe. Those are tools that makes yourself safe. So you go and protect yourself. Protect one another, protect the community, be good to community, be very kind to community. When community, they protest for their rights. When community, they do what the Constitution allows them to do to protect peacefully, unarmed, no destruction of property, you are very kind to them. But when criminals, they take chance, they arm, they plan to eliminate you, be very unkind, be tough with those criminals. When criminals engage you, and when the dust comes up, by the time the dust settles, we're not going to pick up your dead bodies. We must pick up the dead bodies of the criminals. So you go there and be tough and make sure that everything you do it within the law, and make sure that you stay safe, make sure that communities stay safe. Let's go, keep this Western Cape green, work together. Don't get in politics of different thinking. You are put here to make sure that people of this place are safe. I want to thank you in advance for not having Christmas when everybody is having Christmas, when everybody is out there, when everybody is drinking. Be tough to those that get drunk and go to the beach. Be tough to those get drunk and drive the cars. Be tough that get drunk and abuse other people. But those that they socialize, they do things good, please support them, make sure that you protect them. So it's important then that those that break the law, we take the law to them. I'm glad that from here we'll be destroying some alcohol that was found from those people that are breaking the law, those ship-ins that they think they can wake up the next morning and do as they wish. I'm told that is not much alcohol. It's only 20,000 liters that will be destroying, which has been put in the market illegally, and will continue to do that. Will continue to stop every and anything that is done illegally. Thanks, Western Cape. You have collected a lot of drugs, especially coming with N1 and other N2 and other roads coming down here. There's been good operations. We have found a lot of them, and those drugs were coming down here to cause a lot of destruction. You have collected some illegal firearms. That is good. Maybe that's why we are beginning to be green. We are putting a lot of effort. Let's continue, all of us, to put our shoulders on the wheel. Working together, life will be better. Working together, today will be better than yesterday. Let's go and make life easy for ordinary, innocent South Africans, and make life tough, very tough for criminals. Pezguabo, Bheki Cele. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister. Can we give the Minister a round of applause, please?
All right, there you go. Tough talk by the Police Minister Bheki Cele there in the Western Cape. It's the festive season inspection tour in that province. Big takeaways highlighting the issue of gender-based violence, especially during this period, the festive season, and warning police officers that when women do come to the stations and report, they must drop everything and tend to them. He said that don't ever tell a woman to go back to the abuser and try to negotiate. Why? The reason is you must prevent the secondary abuse from taking place. Also, be tough with criminals, but also act within the law.